It's Monday here on The Story, where we're often digging for old with the help from the Oregon Historical Society. You've likely heard of Boy Scouts, soon to be Scouting America, or the Girl Scouts or Brownies, but there's another group in our area that's been around for over a century, teaching kids the same skills. And thanks to the Historical Society, its history is being remembered.
What we're looking at right now is a collection, a recent donation of material related to Campfire, previously known as Campfire Girls. And this is an organization that began in 1910, so over 100 years old. You know, you might think that they're similar to the Girl Scouts, and they also have something similar to the Brownies, but called the Bluebirds, excuse me. What I love about Campfire is their ability to look back at their history and really try to think about inclusivity. So they work in nature, they work in strength and leadership, they work in, camaraderie and community. And you can see these items were donated by somebody named Suzanne Whitney, previously Susan Zimmerman. And so if we open her memory book, you'll see her name on these cards. And she was a Campfire girl in the 1950s and donated these materials, including the vest and her beads and her memory book. And so here's a requirement that she had to create bibs for Our Lady of Providence, which is interesting because I believe that they were also secular, so I'm kind of interested in why that was created, which is another interesting part of the organization. You can see a lot of care when into all of these pages were going backwards. Fire makers rank, so it probably had different levels, just like and I use Girl Scouts just because probably more people are familiar with Girl Scouts, like you mentioned. Yeah, I love that this person, Susan, chose to save all of these materials and then thought of OHS to safeguard them and steward them for the future. So we can see from the vest that there's a compilation of patches. Here's a patch that's loose, and beads, and you might think it's Native American inspired, which it definitely was. And what I really like about the Campfire Girls or Campfire organization is that they're taking a good look at that type of cultural appropriation and talking about it and trying to heal some trauma that might have been created by that. They allowed all different genders. They've been really focusing on inclusivity for a while. And we have a number of different materials related to the Campfire Girls, a lot of costumes from different members. One of our donations also is the children's clothing, as well as her mother, who was, one of the leaders, and so we have their clothing as well. So I think Campfire is a really interesting local organization to learn about. I don't know why, but in the past few years, we've definitely received more Campfire donations like this. Like I said, this one just came in last year, but I think in the last 10 years, we've seen maybe a half a dozen or so. We also have some in our collection from 20 years ago and 30 years ago. And I don't know why that is. We're not actively seeking them out, but it is definitely something that we've seen an increase of. Maybe some of those members are getting older and want to really honor this organization and what it does.
I think that's so neat. So glad she shared all those memories with us. The Campfire Girls had an exhibit about their history at the Oregon Historical Society that wrapped up earlier this summer. We're told a lot of you alumni visited the exhibit, including a 100-year-old woman who remembered and sang all the Campfire songs. To this day, the organization offers educational and recreational programming for kids in Washington, Clackamas, and Multnomah counties. Any former Campfire members out there who watch The Story, we'd love to hear from you, hear your memories, things you've learned, maybe takeaways for your adult life, you name it. Our email is thestory@kgw.com or call and leave a voicemail 503-226-5090.